All right, hey, Action Figure Minute fans, it's been a while, and we're still doing some of these Armies of Ashmore, Defenders of Eden figures. I've got Rydoor today. One of my last two, I've got Rydoor, and then I have the Kickstarter exclusive Spectral Milwick are my last two figures to open. So if you've been holding out for these two, sorry, but here we go. I also have the weapons pack. There's two different ones. There was one for the Armies of Ashmore, and there was also one that was painted a bit differently that you could use in various other lines, namely, probably most likely Mythic Legions. I will also display those, do a video of those on the channel as well. But let's get cracked into Rydoor here. I guess first we'll read his bio, do the quick bio reading, check out his spine art, and I'll go ahead and do the overlay on that. And I want to fix this video real quick because I see it's off center. Or not off center. It wasn't level. Anyway, all right, I should be maybe slightly better now. So Rydoor, again, spine art, and I will do an overlay showing the collection spine art. So those of you that are new and haven't seen any of my previous videos can see the full collection with the spine art all aligned. Rydoor. So Rydoor, first of all, is named after a Mythic Legions collector that the creator of Defenders of Eden, Armies of Ashmore met when Thomas Rydberg flew all the way in from Sweden to come to, flew into Muskegon, of all places in the world to fly to when you're from Sweden. But then to traverse with the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me crew all the way out to Legions Con in New Jersey. So he got to sit in that stinky van and have probably a lot of fun, albeit stinky fun. Anyway, Rydoor, infantry warrior. Rydoor is an infantry warrior, always there for a fellow soldier. Ride is loyal and grateful. He knows that he is a small part of the army, but this does not keep him from serving with the proper attitude and heart. He is one of the few that sees the big picture. With his battle axe in hand, Rydoor gladly serves the general and the queen. Ready for anything? He is here for the ride and is enjoying every minute of it. And I know Thomas Rydberg likes to ride, repair, work on motorcycles. So Rydberg, Rydoor, he's along for the ride. I see what you did there, Matt, if it was intentional. So go ahead, we're gonna crack this open using the trusty hobby scalpel. And these are super cool figures. They're all very familiar, working on the same buck, if you will, same body style. And we break down the cards. I'll do that later. The card back. So I heard something in there. Oh, it's just a piece of plastic. All right. And we can go ahead and look at the layout of this guy. I really like the whole tri-fold layout of all of the figures and their packaging. So we've got replaceable hands over here, swappable hands, the tail to put on the back of Rydoor, and the shield and his axe. And this, oh, and he has a mask up here as well. So let's get cracking. We'll go ahead and take off these pieces first. And really nice, you can see that he was painted with a really light, gosh, in some areas it looks like it was a light yellow undercoat. And then in some areas it looks like the highlight is the yellow on the top. In some areas, it looks like the highlight is on the green. We're going to go with, I don't know, if you look at this tail here, definitely looks like it was green with a very light, green-yellow highlight on the top of it. But then when I'm looking at its legs right now, it looks like they must not have just been as dry brushed as much, my copy here, because yeah, his hands definitely are green with a dry brushing of yellowish green on the top. So again, we have both of his grabby hands, his wrestling hands. He'll grapple you. These hands are horizontally hinged. And I haven't had a single issue with any of the hands yet needing warmed up. Now this is in, oh, okay, I see here. If we look at this hand right here, the hinge is painted. So when I flex it and move the hinge, you can see the green underneath, but it's painted to match the gold on the top. So that's cool. Really good work there. His other hands that he comes with are his Fists of Fury, boom, 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 also horizontally hinged. Go ahead, no issues moving that guy. No issues moving that guy. And when I move them, the paint doesn't flake off. This one did a lot. Yeah, go ahead and look at that guy. But, I mean, you can choose. Do you want it to not be painted and look odd, or be painted and flake off? So, yeah, this one flaked quite a bit too. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Let me know. All right, we'll go ahead and get into the rest of this. Take off that piece, get it out of here. We've got his mask. I believe this one is the same mask that is on Casper, the Friendly Ghost Dino, Kickstarter exclusive. I wouldn't think that Matt would put the same mask on both of the mainline dinosaurs. So Saros and Rydoor. We've got his shield, very familiar shield. We've seen this several times now. And shield handle. And this works just like a Mythic Legion's shield. Whoops. Just like a Mythic Legion's shield. What I like to do is just do a little twist as I'm putting it on. Just because, I mean, that squeakiness is the tightness. So it's working the paint a little bit, but it's on, no issue. And then his axe. So, right here. Very nice gold paint on there. Okay, and now we free the figure. So, Rydoor was probably, sorry Tomas, probably my least favorite figure out of the wave. But as you can see, I still got him. Man, sometimes these twist ties, this guy is on here. There, we have to work from the opposite end here. Just rip it off, there we go. He's tied down a little bit, I forgot about those ties. Those little plastic tie downs that you gotta cut off. All right, got those off. And he's almost out of the package. If we can get that off, there we go. And we'll go ahead and rip this plastic piece off as well. David Karbolka is crying right now if he's watching this, watching me just tear these figures away. If you know David Karbolka, the Horsehead David Karbolka. So that's the back. Same one with all the figures, pretty sure. I don't think any of them have been different. And we have Rydoor. And Rydoor Didor. Rydoor. All right. So very similar to what we've seen with General Saros and Caspar. Similar armor, similar overlays. Might be a couple things different up here. I'll see if I can get some comparison pics up. But still very cool nonetheless. I really like what a lot of people have done with the head packs and swaps with all of these figures as well. I didn't get them just because, you know, so little money, so little space for action figures. But let's go ahead and go through it and check out his articulation. Both his head and his neck are on ball joints, so you can get quite a bit of range of motion there. Looking all the way down at his mini dino. And can swivel the head all the way around. You can take off his shoulder pads. You flip them around so you can see that. So they just pop on, pop off, just like Mythic Legion style. And we've got the shoulder on a ball joint, can swivel all the way around. We've got a cut bicep. And with all of these figures so far, I have not had a single issue with any of the joints moving. The one area that I caution, and we'll get to that, is to heat the tail when putting it on. So we'll take a pause at that point as well. Let's go ahead and work this guy. I'm going to take this shoulder armor off. And we got this shoulder moving up, down, all around. We got the bicep cut moving. We've got the elbow. Let me line up the elbow joints just fine. Oh, no, I got to move that shoulder around. There we go. There we go. Elbows moving just fine. And then the hands. Now, the hands that come with the figure are the weapon holding hands. They are vertically hinged. And then he's got a torso cut, which these have been pretty tight for me. I haven't got a lot of range of motion out of these. Maybe you could do better with heat, but oh, there we go. I got him kind of broke. There we go. Let's check. There went his head. So as you can see, the heads are easily swappable, but I've got his mid-torso joint cracked open now so it can move, and a little bit of twist at the waist also. Here's his head. Go ahead and pop his neck and his head back on, but that's how these were made. You can easily pop these with the head packs that Matthew made during the Kickstarter campaign, so you can make a green Milwick as an example, or taking on any of the other figures as well. My favorite Kuzo, you can make a green Kuzo probably. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he made different ones for all of them. But let's go ahead and go through the legs here. We've got, you can see, we've got ball jointed hips, and the tail is also on a barbell as well. So legs can go up, down, out, all of that. We got bending at the knee, and these are all just single hinge joints. Now I can see, I don't know if this was from me just moving this figure just now or if it came that way, but there's a little paint defect right by my fingernail if that's coming through on the camera. Looks like you can see it now. But I mean, stuff like that happens on mass production. So we've got a swivel at the knee, single hinge as we said, and we've got a rocker and hinge on the ankle as well. And you're seeing me open all this in real time right here. Not heating a thing. We got kick front, kick back, kick out, knee bend, and ankle. Let's see here, that ankle. Rocker, up, down, side to side, all that. So he's good to go. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause. I'm going to go heat the hole, not the pole. When you're doing action figures and other things in life, heat the hole, not the pole. I'm going to go do that now. Hit it with the hairdryer real quick. I'll be right back. You stay right there. All right, and we're back. We have our assembled Rydoor assembled. All we had to do is put on his tail. You can see it has a little joint right here where it can wiggle, 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 and then also on the barbell as well. So you get some range of motion out of that now. Other thing to kind of put on Rydoor is his mask. The mask basically just slips right over his horn, and it's as simple as that. It's already on him. So got him looking cool. Rydoor is, and I grabbed him so I would have him, he is Caspar, the Kickstarter exclusive, and Rydoor are the same figures, just different paints, right? Yeah, everything's the same on these two. So much also down to, well, I think it was also on Caspar. I'm not seeing it right now, but also has kind of like, let me stand up right here so you can maybe see it. Go this way. You can see when you move the ankle, it even pinches the plastic a little bit. So it's pretty tight, snug fit. I don't know if that's a note for Matt Rod, or maybe Matt will show Chris Garwich the straight poop for production. But I would also rather have tighter joints than looser joints. So we have him fully assembled now. Let's go ahead and gear him up. The hands, while stiff, they are pliable. So we can give him his axe. And we can give him his shield. Now, a lot of times I like to take the shield off this because I don't like to break this peg. I learned from Mythic Legion. So I like to put the handle in his hand first and then put the shield on. Little tip there. So now we've got him decked out with his weapons. Put him right by his brother, Caspar brother. Same shield, same axes. I'm gonna fight. Or maybe they're friends. Actually, I think Caspar might be choosing his side if I remember the bio correctly. So, decked out brothers. What I'll probably do, I'll probably end up taking Caspar's mask off just so we can show off his cool ghostly white head and make him a bit more unique rather than also wearing the mask. I think that's probably how I'd do it. What would you do? Let me know. Put it down in the comments. By the way, if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, do all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. We're still growing this channel as always. Let's go ahead. Let's see here. Let's take off the axe out of his hand and we can show both the axe and the shield we can put on his back there. So we can do that. Let's take off his shield too. See, and this is again where I don't like to mess with the shield while it's on the handle, just in fear of it breaking. It's just precaution. Maybe it's these shields are quite a bit chunkier than Mythic Legion shields, so it might not be an issue, but again, better safe than sorry. I'm an adult. I know how to handle these toys. So we can put that on his back. And then we could do some swaps, and these have always had some really good swaps of the hands. Some really satisfying pops, so let's go. Oh yeah. Give him that fisty hand. Perfect. Went in there. Let's go ahead and give him a grabby hand. Oh yeah. As a collector, that's such a satisfying sound. So we've got swapper hands right here. Let's do it again. Boom. 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 And he's ready to go. So another flawless figure from the Defenders of Eden, Armies of Ashmore toy line. I've got my General Saros over here too. I can say, what's up, so you can see each other. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Let's go beat some bad reptiles and shit and save the queen and all that good stuff. So, guys, this has been your action figure minute. Do you need these? Do you need them? Yes, you need them. Do you have them? I think they're in pretty short supply, so if you want them, get them. I don't know, maybe Matt needs to put in another order with the factory to get more of these made. He knows that demand. I know he's been working on getting the last of his shipments out, but these guys are awesome. I'm super stoked with the whole lineup, the posability, you know, the weapons, the customizing if you want to do those customs with the head packs. Just a lot of fun, chunky, heavy figures. Here's a Mythic Legion I've got, you know, right here. Compare the size, whoops, of the two. This is just a pop and swapper, just custom piece that I have right here. I mean, these are big dudes, very big. I highly recommend them. They're sturdy. Anyway, this has been your action figure minute. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll check you next time. Peace.